Life moves in seasons, and some seasons are meant to be felt rather than understood by the mind. In those seasons, we might get surprised by the depth we are able to feel, the depth of this life on Earth. Yet it is in those seasons that growth becomes sacred, and we are asked to turn inward and trust life's unfolding. The same intelligence that moves sap through a tree, tides across the ocean, and seasons across the land also moves through us, through our purpose, our creativity, our awakening. You see, we are all on a journey back home to the God-created world, back home to ourselves, and on that path there comes a season that feels like standing between two worlds. The threshold is the season where two lives are alive within us. One is fading, the other is still taking shape, like dusk when the sun has set but the stars have not yet appeared. A moment suspended between worlds where the old life can no longer hold who we are becoming. Old structures begin to fall, the ones we once relied on, the ones that once felt natural, and underneath, something new but also deeply familiar is slowly emerging. So you might find yourself at a threshold, standing between two worlds, and your outer life does not reflect your rich inner life. It's an uncomfortable place to be, but also a sacred one. See, on this path back home to the God-created world, we find ourselves at the threshold not only once, but in every cycle of growth. And each time we return with a deeper level of awareness and a higher expression of who we are becoming. The threshold phase feels like a contraction, like life is put on hold. Time seems to be standing still, nothing seems to be happening, but this is not a mistake. It gathers energy, makes space, and reorganizes life within ourselves. In the midst of chaos, the old life is crumbling down and the new one has not really formed yet. So in that nothingness in between, it's difficult to find any motivation or focus, since all of the old patterns and layers are coming up for us to look at and release. Expansion is always preceded by contraction. Form always dissolves before it reorganizes. When consciousness evolves, it does not build on top of old structures. It outgrows it, so first it has to withdraw energy from old patterns and beliefs and quiet the external so that the internal can realign. This is why motivation disappears and old roles feel unbearable. The future feels distant but real, and the present feels empty and tender. Consciousness is reorienting itself. The feeling that God is absent, but in actuality God is closer than ever before, dissolving what has separated us from life itself. What is falling away is not you, and what remains is closer to God than anything you've ever known. Nature knows this, consciousness knows this, and so does the part of us that remembers God. In this phase, everything that we have outgrown is being broken down, and it can leave us feeling empty and broken inside. Not because something went wrong, but because our old identity can no longer hold who we are becoming. So what feels like loss is in truth preparation, where life prepares new ground for what wants to grow next. It can feel like something is missing, and it's in that void where something new can take root and have the space to grow into a new life. If you're standing at a threshold, rest in the knowing that life already knows how to carry you forward, and when the time comes, life will move again, like spring returning to the forest and the sun rising after a long night. Life will carry you to places so beautiful you will remember what it feels like to be deeply alive and home once again. And with that, I wish you a wonderful day, and remember, all is well.